Before I say anything about this tie, I want to first of all express my utmost disappointment on these two teams. I want to express how disappointed I am that these two teams are meeting at this stage of the competition. Why? Because they failed to put in their best in this season's UCL campaign, in this new format, in a season where we expected them to be one of the top eight. They qualified as one of the playoffs. Now they are meeting at this stage of the competition, whereas this is the kind of tie we see around quarterfinals, semi-finals, or even in the finals. We are not having to see this kind of tie in the preliminary stages of this UCL, and this is actually disappointing. This is very much disappointing. These are two elite clubs that are supposed to still be in this UCL campaign, be in this contest up until the quarterfinals, semi-finals. But right here, one of them are going to be eliminated, and that is very much disappointing. Very much disappointing for the football fans, because we will still want to see Manchester City or Real Madrid in this UCL campaign, at least up until the quarterfinals. So what happens if one of these elite teams is being eliminated? We are not going to be left with some neutralized teams, some smaller teams versus bigger teams. So I'm very much disappointed that this tie is having to take place at this stage of the competition. And then going into this match, Manchester City has been very much inconsistent this season. Very, very much inconsistent. Although they have overcome their injury problems, a little of their injury problems, but still they are not yet convincing. Not yet convincing. We have lost that Manchester City that had so much confidence. Manchester City right now plays football with so much fear. I don't see confidence in Man City again. That dominance they exact on their opponents, I don't see it anymore. Man City right now plays with fear, especially against bigger teams. Against bigger teams, they are always afraid of losing the match. They are always afraid. They have lost that confidence. That fear factor has gradually left them. And right now, even smaller teams come against Manchester City with so much confidence, with so much morale, and you see Manchester City panicking. Unfortunately, in this tie, they are the underdog. A Guardiola team being the underdog, even though they are playing at home at the Etihad Stadium, they are still the underdog. Notwithstanding the fact that Real Madrid this season are facing injury problems in their defensive line, their entire defensive line are out. They either have players that are deployed to play in that defensive role, or new names that have been putting up good performances in the absence of their natural defenders, of their first choice defenders. So even at that, Manchester City are still underdogs. That is to show you how poor this Manchester City team has been this season. With the injury problems that Madrid has at their backline, they are not supposed to